those happen?
Nope.
Nope. All right, one person. Yeah.
I used to travel a lot, and we traveled to the same place, so often we'd stay in the same hotel over, every week for a few days. And so at some point you start getting, like, you've been there so many times, you start to lose track. And one day I had this horrible headache, so I went back to my room, get off on the second floor, go down the hall. It looks like my door is open. Why is the door to my hotel room open? I open it up, and there was this man in his underwear trying on my clothes, taking clothes out of my garment bag. I was like, what the heck? And then I was like, oh, wait a second. I'm on the 4th floor of this building. And so I ran. Anybody have that happen before?
How did your clothes get on that floor?
Hi, my name's Ralph, and we used to go to a movie theater in Plano, like once a week. There's a little bitty theater, like 5 theaters and stuff, and we invited some friends out to go with us, and we went out to eat, and when we drove into the parking lot of the theater, there was a bulldozer sitting where the building used to be. And we were like, we were just there last week. Have you guys ever drove someplace and they tore it down like the week before? Yeah, yep, probably your school.
They wish the school.
So, my Twilight Zone story.
What's your name?
When I was a kid,
That's
that's my mom that just said, uh-oh. On television, I watched an episode of the Twilight Zone. That's my story.
I'm Jason again. Mine was, I was going north on North Central. Okay, that's not the Twilight Zone part of it. But I needed to get another lane. I signaled, and they actually let me in.
Oh. That never happened.
I'm not even going to ask if it ever happened. That's fine. We're going to start with story time, and Mary Ann will take care of this.
So this is one of my favorite all-time games. What's going to happen is we're going to have the players come out. They're going to stand in line in just a minute. They're going to tell a story. I'm going to get the title of that story from you in just a minute. When I'm pointing to one player, they're going to tell a story. When I pull my hand away, they're going to stop. I'm going to point to somebody else, and they're going to pick up right where the other person left off. So this is a story that's never been told before, and you're going to know that because you're going to give me the title. And to start with, I need a mythical creature.
Raise your
Centaur. Okay. I need it. Oh yeah. So help us out. Raise your hand high. Yes, ma'am.
Dragon.
Dragon. Perfect. So dragon, and this dragon has a problem. What is the problem that this dragon has? Yes, ma'am.
He can't breathe fire.
He can't breathe fire. I love that. I love that. That's perfect. So this is the story of the dragon who can't breathe fire, chapter 1.
Billy was walking down the street. He looked around and noticed that a squirrel was following him. He didn't think nothing of it until he stopped and looked back, and the squirrel kind of looked around like, I'm not following you. So Billy
Started running towards the trees, thinking, why would a squirrel be following me on today, Tuesday of the month of May? So Billy got to the trees. He started shimmying up
A large part of the tree, which is normally called a trunk, but it also went into the branch portion. And when he was at the very end of the branch, it got really unstable. And when the wind started blowing, guess what happened?
The squirrel was there on his head. The squirrel, of course, could climb the tree rapidly and quickly. Billy forgot about that part. The squirrel began to attack him. And we're not talking just a normal attack, we're talking
A physical, violent attack. He went at him with his little nails, and he began throwing his nuts at Billy. He'd been saving them up for months, but he was
sacrificing them now because he needed to get Billy out of the tree immediately.
because his mom was there
and his mom
Did not like
Billy.
at all.
But she did like Ted.
Bill and Ted's excellent.
Raise your hand if you want chapter 2. That's just the end of chapter 1. Okay, so we're gonna do chapter 2. This is really getting interesting because we haven't even gotten to the dragon yet. But we like to spice it up on chapter 2. So what I'm gonna so it's where we need your help. And so I want you to pick a player and decide which accent you want them to have. So just raise your hand high if you have a anybody on the first row? Well, Mom did raise her hand, so I'm first. So I'm going. We're gonna.
Hey, no fraternizing.
You two talk as much as you want.
For Indian?
Indian. Okay, so that's one. We need 2 more players. Pick a player and the accent. Yes, ma'am?
Scotland.
Say it again.
Scotland.
Scotland. And which one would you like to have Scotland? Okay, Scotland. Perfect. And then one more. Yes, ma'am.
Ralph German.
Oh,
I know where you live.
okay, we're gonna leave the other 2 normal for right now.
Normal.
Just for right now. Just for right now. All right, chapter 2: The Dragon Who Couldn't Breathe Fire. Here we go.
Now you think that the dragon has not yet been introduced, but that's not quite true. The dragon's name is Ted.
He was a very friendly dragon and had met Billy down at a cave by the lake. They used to go visit frequently and tell each other stories and tuck each other in for nap
Time. But ach du lieber! All of a sudden, the squirrel grabbed the tiger by the tail and was jerking it around.
And the dragon decided, I've had enough of this squirrel. And tried to breathe on him, but it...
He walked slow towards sun. Smoke might come out. Peace with dragon.
And Billy said, go ahead, squirrel, take it. This is the best offer you're going to get. And so the squirrel
Looked at the dragon and said, "Oh, Schweinhund, I will smack you so fast, your teeth will be buck teeth. Oh, I see it already happened."
We take teeth and we go to put in circle.
Circle of love. That's what he said, because, you know, the dragon Teddy was a nice fella.
But he wasn't.
He was actually very cruel and mean. He liked to give people mean faces and stares.
Because he is really conflicted about what type of dragon he wants to be. And that's the reason why he can't breathe fire. Because
All of a sudden, he had the hiccups.
I'm done with you. You lost that German accent. You got too flat. So we're kicking Ralph out. Everybody say bye, Ralph. But this leaves a vacancy for some audience member that would like to come up and help us tell the rest of the story. All right. So of these three girls, your hand was up first. Are you okay with coming up here? Now, you don't have to do an accent. You can if you want to. You can do an American accent if you want. But go ahead and come up right here.
Bigger to German.
Oh, yes, Evie.
So whatever you choose is fine. What's your name?
Evie.
Evie? All right, everybody give Evie a big clap. Whatever you choose is fine, Evie. Do you want American accent or German? American. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. We like to jazz it up for all of our players. So we have these two left. So I need you think I'm going to ask for an accent? No, we're going to jazz it up differently. I need a profession, and they have to tell. When it comes to them, they have to tell it from that, like a plumber's perspective. Your hand has been up. Go ahead. Do you have a profession for me?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What is it?
British.
Say it again.
British.
Oh, you're giving me an accent. No, I need a like a job, like a job somebody would have. You know what? Let me come back, and I'll ask somebody else that has their hand up, but I'll come back to you before the show's over. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
As a storyteller for
Person on the end?
person in the middle.
Kathleen?
Yeah,
Kathleen.
as a storyteller,
I thought
Like-
that's what I was doing.
like a librarian.
Librarian.
There you go.
Librarian. You're a librarian. Is your job. Okay. All right, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. And then the last one, we want an attitude, like an attitude. Yes, ma'am.
Mortician.
Mortician. Okay. No, you know what? You're a mortician. That's it. That's your occupation. We're just gonna go with mortician because I really like that. All right. So I think we're on chapter 3 of the Dragons Who Could Breathe, and I can't wait to find out what happens.
Must get ready for dragon. I go out in morning. I face sun.
And the sun beams on me as I go back into my cave and I alphabetize all of my stuffed animals from A to Z, and then I also number them in case some of them have the same letter in order. So I
was in the cave and I was picking out a headstone for that troublesome squirrel. Maybe I can't breathe, but I can squash him. Really?
Well, that's when we began to play our
bagpipe.
Thank you. I forgot the English word because we call him a bagpipe. We began to play our bagpipes because it was going to be a very somber occasion, and we had our kilts on too, you know, because
He wasn't very good at the bagpipe, so he decided to do a new instrument. He decided to do the French horn, but he wasn't good at that either.
He tried blowing and blowing and blowing.
And he went back to his teeth.
pee. And we thought, well, maybe if I
Blow a little harder, maybe. Just take a nap quietly.
And leave me.
I'm stumbling. I'm so sorry. I am out.
He tried to kick himself out.
So we're gonna find out. Notice something. I'm just gonna let them tell our last chapter. So we're gonna find out the conclusion. The dragon who couldn't breathe. Here we go.
Well, we lost one of the main characters. He was somehow passing through, and he went into that big dark night.
Oh no, he might not be alive anymore.
Ted Ward the squirrel.
But he found a big
Gur one.
so that he could,
Eat it
instead of go
Goldfish.
It was delicious.
and he smiled.
all
Day
Long.
Because he had
he
went.
Alright, let's go ahead.
three turtles left.
Here we go.
Come on, Evie.
Billy thought
The cat was very nice. And he should
Take it immediately to get it fixed.
And that's the game.
Because she's brave enough to come down here, we're giving her a coffee cup. You're
Good job.
Okay, Ralph's going to set up for our next game.
Hey, that was good.
That
was a good exit.
Can anyone tell me what episode 3 in season 5
He
was?
did the